our baby is made. A pregnancy happens inside the body of a woman. And while it is a cosmic miracle that makes a baby, here is how you can understand it biologically. This is the female reproductive system. This is the uterus or the womb where the pregnancy grows and is nourished. It has two tubes attached to it like arms called fallopian tubes. These tubes have finger-like projections at the end called fimbria. Close by are two ovaries which produce important hormones and contain follicles from which the eggs are released. This is the mouth of the uterus called cervix, and this is the vagina where intercourse happens. The menstrual cycle or the monthly cycle is the basis of reproduction. It is a coordinated dance between the ovaries and the uterus. The ovaries contain potential eggs called follicles. At the beginning of the cycle, a few follicles start to grow under the influence of some hormones released by the pituitary gland in the brain. One of them starts to dominate and starts leading the pack of follicles. Around mid-cycle time, which is typically around day 12 to 16 of a 26 to 30 days cycle, the lead follicle is mature and ready to release the egg or the ovum inside. This process of release of the egg from the dominant follicle is called ovulation. It occurs slowly and takes a few hours to happen. As the egg is getting released, the fimbriae or the small finger-like projections at the end of the fallopian tube capture the mature egg. Around this time, if sexual intercourse has occurred, many sperms swim up through the vagina, the uterus, and reach the fallopian tube. The sperms surround the egg and release enzymes to break through the layers covering the egg. One lucky sperm enters the innermost layer and unites with the egg. The united egg and sperm is called the zygote, and this process of the union of the egg and the sperm, which occurs in the fallopian tube, is called fertilization. The zygote immediately prepares to multiply and grow, leading to the formation of an early embryo. Meanwhile, the follicle from which the egg was released, either from the right or from the left ovary, forms what is called as the corpus luteum. It releases certain hormones that help the inner lining of the uterus, called the endometrium, to prepare for the arrival of the embryo. In 4 to 5 days, the tube transports this embryo to the uterine cavity, and by this time, the lining of the endometrium is like prepared soil. The embryo implants itself in the uterus. It is quite like a seed taking roots into the soil. Growth begins. After another 8 to 10 days, you miss your period. You may start to feel a little queasy from the hormones being released, both from the corpus luteum of the pregnancy and the early pregnancy itself. And life begins.